Hello Facebook, hopefully you can hear me. My name's Stefan from Master Republic. I've got my trusty assistant Jack here filming for me today because we've got a load of stuff to talk to you about, and just want to make sure we cover it all for you. So I hope you're having a great week, and let's crack on. So really what I want to talk about today is why leads are absolutely the essential lifeblood to your business, and why easy is probably one of the biggest lies in marketing. So let me crack on. So first of all, leads really are the lifeblood of your business. Without a fresh flow of leads continually, you're going to start strangulating your business. If you haven't got that oxygen that your business thrives on, a fresh supply of leads, and it's all relative to the type of business you're in. Some businesses need hundreds a day, some need 1 or 2 a month. So it's very much relevant to your business needs, your ambitions, your goals, and where you want to take your business and the type of model of the business you're in. But whatever that is, it's still essential to keep building that sales pipeline of fresh leads all the time, and not just leads. Now, one of the biggest mistakes or complaints that I've heard from sales teams is that the quality of leads that marketing get are poor. Now, just because someone's downloaded a white paper or an ebook or registered for your newsletter doesn't mean they're a high caliber lead. It might mean it's just someone who's interested in what you do. Now, that's fine, but they might never ever be a buyer. We're looking for people who actually are opportunities where we can create strong business relationships and become an ideal client of yours. So a lead isn't just a lead if it's just a name and an email or a name and a phone number. We've got to start building relationships with people that convert, whether it's short, mid or long term, into high value, ideal customers. That's what this is all about. Now, one of the biggest mistakes that business owners, sales directors make is they want to grow their sales, they want to develop their pipeline, they hire more salespeople. It's such a common mistake. I talk to people all the time that their idea of how they're going to grow is to hire another salesperson or more salespeople. Now, okay, I understand why, mainly because that was my view as well. That was my philosophy in my printing business. I had a team, not a massive team, but between 4 and 6 people. And I would hire salespeople to try and grow the business. We were great at what we did. We had a great client base. We were profitable, and it was a nice business, but it wasn't achieving the goals and the objectives that I had for the business. Now that's frustrating as a business owner. That's bloody annoying. It's frustrating. It drives you insane, and you just want to know the best way of doing it. And I realised I kept hiring these people and having to fire people because they weren't doing what they wanted. What I wanted. Because salespeople, sometimes are good at different stages of the sales cycle. Some people are good at prospecting. They're really good at that. Some people are really great at closing deals, and once they've got the deal, they want to move on to the next deal. Other people are great at account management and looking after those clients and maximising the value that they get from those clients. So it all depends on where you are in the sales cycle. But I had that problem where I had a generalist view that a salesperson equaled more sales, and it was so frustrating. And eventually I realised I was the problem because I was hiring the wrong people, I had the wrong skill set, the wrong systems and processes in my business to go out and find more leads and close more business quicker and start, keep building. There's no point having a peak and then you lose clients, or you're not prospecting, and you might win business and you stop. You don't have that ongoing growth. And it's just, I absolutely feel the pain of people I speak to every day who are in that same position, are good at what they do, and they just don't know what path to take to grow their business. So they go online, do they redo their website, they start blogging, they start doing Facebook ads, Google ads, YouTube ads, driving more traffic in. Now, look, lots of those things are right, but there's got to be a strategic approach. And if you want a direct approach of actually engaging with your ideal prospects, you've got to go out and find them. And I always say to prospects of ours and our clients and to our team, we're in the interruption business. If you don't interrupt, if you're selling and you're not prepared to interrupt anyone, you're never going to sell anything. It's simple as that. Now, if you never meet someone at a conference, at an exhibition, at a meeting, in the street, wherever it is, and start a conversation, you're never going to sell anything. But so many people are kind of almost reticent or slightly scared about interrupting. If you don't, you won't progress. The best salespeople and the best prospectors are people that know you've got to be brave, you've got to be bold, and you've got to go out and prospect. You've got to interrupt people and start conversations. Now, some people will tell you to go away. Some people will be very polite and British and mean that, but actually say, oh, send me some information, it's going nowhere. That's fine, that stuff happens. Some people will get it if your pitch is good, if you approach it in the right way, it will accelerate the conversation, accelerate the relationship, and you'll close more business. But if you're not prepared to interrupt and actually start conversations on email, on the telephone, you know, obviously then face to face, you're not going to get anywhere. So it's so vital to realise that any sales, any prospecting specifically, is interrupting. Now, generally, in my experience over the years, I'm pretty sure to say that most salespeople pretty much hate prospecting. It's not a fun thing to do if you're doing it the old school way of buying a list, hitting the phones, and getting rejected, you know, loads and loads of times a day. You know, it's soul destroying, it's hard, it's not the most effective method of prospecting. I'm not saying it never works, because sometimes you get the right people at the right time, you pick up and go, yeah, actually I'm looking for that, but it's not a very effective way of doing it. Just cold calling on its own can get you results if you're prepared to absolutely grind relentlessly, whether it's you or your team or you bring people in. The amount of times I speak to people who decided they want more leads and they hire telemarketers and then just get frustrated when it doesn't generate the right opportunities, because perhaps without disrespecting those people, they haven't got the caliber of your full-time salespeople who are good at closing deals, who know everything about your product, know the marketplace, know what clients want, know how to handle objections. People hire telemarketers, kind of give them the script, give them a list and get on with it and expect amazing results. And I'm not saying never, you get some real superstars at it, but it's not really effective. So, if you get your sales team to do it, it's inevitable, in my experience, and everyone I speak to, almost without exception, they all say they come up with excuses. You know, be it, you know, we haven't got time, the quality of the leads or the data's poor, so when we call, you know, we just get voicemails, or we get, you know, wrong number, or we get reception, you know, main office numbers that, you know, don't put you through, you know, or it's the wrong time of year, or it's, you know, it's August, people on holiday, it's December, you know, they're going, it's Christmas, they're winding down, it's January, they're playing the year, they're not ready yet. Rubbish. We get some of our best opportunities in August, weirdly enough, in December, because people are in the right frame of mind sometimes, but there's always an excuse not to, like there is always an excuse not to do stuff in life. Sometimes you've just got to bite the bullet, get on with it, and do it. Bit harsh, but it's true. Now, the quality salespeople you've got who are probably great at closing business, creating the best proposals, talking to clients face to face with a wealth of knowledge, probably do actually hate prospecting, or it's something they did when they started out and now it's kind of beneath them a little bit. You know, that's generally maybe true, often happens, but it doesn't help you accelerate the growth of your business if your people aren't doing it, if your sales team aren't doing it. The other mistake people have is when they do prospect and they build that pipeline, they then stop. And then you get that inevitable problem where you get peaks and troughs in your business. There's kind of a 90-day rule with prospecting. So if you work for 30 days now prospecting, that prospecting curve upwards will last 90, there's a 90-day tail on it, where that you continually keep that going and you keep that building up. But if you stop after 30 days, it will crescendo, it will rise abruptly and peak, but then it will just tail off, and after 90 days, almost zero pipeline. I don't know about you, but that's not, you know, a great sales philosophy to have, really, and having peaks and troughs in your business all the time. And we all like to have steady growth. It's not always suitable in every type of business, but in an ideal world, we want to be building short, mid, long sales pipeline all the time. So you have to be relentless. You don't just do it for a while and then great, I'll go and fulfill those leads and close them to deals and go, oh my God, where's my leads gone? Where's my pipeline gone? And start again. So it's really important just to maintain that relentless pursuit of new opportunities. It's so crucial. I can't stress that enough. So, the easy thing. Now, salespeople always look for that easy least line of resistance. Now, that can be fine if they find enough least lines of resistance. You know, if you've got an opportunity that lands on your lap, go for it. That's fine. But the word easy is used in marketing all the time. You know, no one wants a difficult method or a difficult way of losing weight, or, you know, if you see these things everywhere, you know, 6-pack in 6 days and lose 10 stone in 10 minutes and all this kind of rubbish, where it seems to be like you just press the button and get instant results. I wish we all had that kind of silver bullet to achieve in whatever it is, you know, whether it's our personal life or it's our business. You know, there's no real silver bullet, but there's modelling success and there's learning and implementing. But if you just expect whatever it is, you know, set up Facebook ads and expect leads to come piling in the door, it doesn't work. It might do, you might hit gold on the first attempt, but I hate to say it, but sometimes you have to, you know, face up to the real truth that actually prospecting can be really hard if you don't know the right way of doing it. But easy is everywhere. Everyone wants to try and, you know, have that instant win, lose weight, get more clients, make more money, you know, overnight. And you know, we all probably know that that's not realistic, but we all can't help but, you know, be drawn to those, you know, marketing messages. And easy is often a lie. It might be true, but the problem is there's resistance between the people and the knowledge and the implementation. You know, you might have a proven method, but if you don't implement it, no result. It's simple as that. But you know, often people learn the hard way, not the easy way. So yeah, the least line resistance. Now, the key really is about modelling success, and you know, once you do find something, scale it. And you know, when you become expert at something, it almost becomes easy. It becomes a habit, becomes something you build into your life, your business, whatever it may be. You know, until you don't know what you don't know, until you actually learn something new, model success, and try and implement it. You know, it's difficult. Once you know it and you know what works, of course, there's ongoing testing, refinement, testing, refinement. With any business, with any sales and marketing, there's always that challenge of always trying to tweak one little bit. 1% change in every aspect has a huge incremental difference. But you've got to make sure you're modelling, you know, you learn from the best, you model that, implement it, and adapt it to suit you and your business. Now, the reason why, these are quite scary numbers, but the reason why you've got to be, you know, continually replenishing your client list, because you know, none of us know what's around the corner. We've all, I bet you've had it, I've had this, where you have a great client, you think it's an amazing relationship, all of a sudden something happens. Now, it might be out of their hands or your hands. For example, what happens if they get bought out by someone and the whole policy changes and they have to move the business elsewhere? That person might leave or be made redundant. You know, stuff happens. You know, or they go bust. You know, for what seems to be a good relationship, all of a sudden turns to dust because, you know, they owe you a load of money and you've lost a client. You've gone backwards rather than moving forwards. But these numbers are a little bit scary. Not meant to be a scare tactic, but it's something to be aware about. Talking about your current client base, the reason you've got to be continually replenishing your client list and your sales pipeline, I don't know if this is true or not, but it's something that's possible. 1% of your clients may die. Bit of doom mongering on a Friday afternoon, but you know, it could happen. 3% of them move. They leave for whatever reason. They might leave the country, leave the job, or, you know, they move away, and you know, you've got to build new relationships. Talking to which, 5% are looking for new relationships. They're actively looking to, you know, develop new relationships. 9% may be drawn. They might actually be quite happy with what you do, but they see a marketing message or they're approached by another business and they go, well, that's interesting, and they're drawn away, you know, with almost without you knowing. 14% of your clients might just be unhappy. They're not telling you, it's carrying on, but as soon as the right alternative comes up, see you later, guys, they're out of here. So, you know, it's quite scary. 68% of your clients might well be indifferent. It's all right, but it's not very, you know, reassuring to think that your clients are indifferent. You know, in the UK, we're quite polite often and quite, you know, don't like to be too confrontational. We just kind of like to say, oh yeah, it's fine, and you carry on with it until you find an alternative, and all of a sudden you go, oh sorry, an email that sacks you off, and you've then got to go and find someone, you know, to replace those people. You know, you just don't know what's around the corner. But indifference is quite a scary thing because, you know, they could be open to something that seems better. It might be worse than the service and the price you provide, but it's too late once they've moved on. So you just never know what's around the corner. It's a bit doom and gloom, but we all need to have our eyes open in business and make sure that we're always kind of, you know, having that safety of actually having alternative clients in there. Even if you lose some clients, if you've got new ones coming up, at least you can at least stand still. But if you're continually building that pipeline, at least you can then be replacing them in time as well and growing again. Now, the thing to think about with prospecting is there's all kinds of methodologies, and we teach that, and I'll go into that in a minute, but the reality is 92% of client engagement happens over the phone. Now, that doesn't have to be your selling, it could be your customer services, it could be your reception, it could be you, it could be any touch point of your business. 92% of it, in most businesses, of course, there's, you don't call Amazon up and have a call with them, I understand that, but in most B2B businesses, 92% of it's over the phone. The key is to make that happen more often. When you're talking to your clients, whatever level that is, as I said, it could be your receptionist, it could be your customer sales support, whoever it may be, the more people are speaking in a positive way, the more chance you have of keeping those clients happy. But when you're prospecting, you inevitably want to get those prospects onto the phone. You can start asking the right questions and then start leading up to closing deals. The trouble is, 55% of salespeople haven't got the skill set to really enable this to happen more often. It's scary, really, about how many salespeople are just kind of organically grown into their roles, not really been trained properly, had some success because they may be tenacious or have some other skill set. They might just be sales superstars, but the majority, 55%, haven't really got the full skill set to enable telephone engagement to happen more often and to lead that on onto more business. Now, if you're looking to hire more salespeople as well, you think, oh, I need more sales, I hire salespeople. That success doesn't, I hire, then you suddenly got a growing sales. It can take over 10 months for a new salesperson to ramp up. Now, I'm not saying it never happens quicker than that, but this is on average. Now, sometimes people have got a client list, and they move and they bring it, and all of a sudden you do get an upturn in your sales. But on average, for them to really embed in your business, really be trained properly, really understand everything about your business, on average it's 10 months. So if you're expecting to invest in a salesperson and that's suddenly to have an overnight impact, there's an awful lot of cost to your business. You're actually increasing your overhead, and all of a sudden, you don't just need more sales, you've got to cover the overhead you've got to stand still then before you grow again. So just hiring salespeople doesn't necessarily mean amazing new results. Hopefully for you it does, and I'm sure there might be experiences either way. We've all had people in the past you meet who hire amazing salespeople and have an instant impact and are real superstars. Keeping them is another hard thing, but there's also been more, in my experience, the majority has been the opposite end of it, where you have to kiss a few frogs before you meet your handsome prince. And the people that you hire don't always turn out to deliver what they said they'd deliver, or you've not got them in the right role, and you're not generating leads, opportunities for them to close, and it might be round pegs, square holes. What they're expecting you to do to enable them to do their job might not match what you're actually doing. So it's really important. So to get around this, there's two options you've got. To generate more leads, you can either bring that skill set in-house. Now, as I said, the problem we've had, or our clients have had, or they've come to us, that they've hired telesales people, as I was talking about earlier. They've gone on to just hire people, buy a list, write a script, and expecting some results. Okay, it'd be nice if it happened that easily, but more often than not, it doesn't. And we've had people who haven't gone ahead to outsource to our services at Martin Republic, but they've thought, oh, we'll build our internal skill set and we'll hire in-house. It happens quite a lot. People have that, that sort of deliberation in their own mind about what's the best route. But we've had people who've gone ahead and hired people, and a period of time later, it could be 3 months or 9, 12 months later, they go, hands up, it didn't work, can you help us out? Because look, there's some specific skills, and as I said, just hiring people because they can talk, okay, that might, it's a good skill to have if you're in telesales, but there's a methodology to be more effective these days, because you can be great at talking, but if you can't get through to the right people, it fails. Simple as that. So we have two options for people. We have a done-for-you service at Master Republic, where we literally become part of your team as a collaboration, where we start to really dig deep into your business, so we understand the front 10% of your sales process, so you understand who your ideal client is, what your message is, your proposition is, why should people buy from you, what the competition looks like, and how you build a business case and how you find a route in. And we've got a process that works that out, and then we deliver that on a systemised way, on a relentless way as well. So we're always prospecting for you. Your sales team focus on what they're best at, closing deals. Now, if you want to bring this in-house, or you want to learn it better, or you want to hire someone and train them to do it, we have an alternative option, which is our outreach formula training program. And that is literally teaching the methodology that we use on every single client campaign. It's a step-by-step approach. There's 8 modules over 8 weeks. We've just gone live this week, actually. First clients are signed up, and there's 8 modules to it, as I said, but it teaches you everything. We're not trying to hide anything back to make you upgrade and use our services. It's really drawing the curtains back on our business to show you what actually we do. As simple as that. It's not delivered online. There's videos and there's downloads and there's worksheets and there's checklists, that kind of stuff. But this really is an overview of what outreach looks like. 8 modules. I'll go through them now. O for opportunity. That's really about your business case and your pitch. How you really communicate to your marketplace of how you actually get them engaged to actually start talking first, so you can actually build a relationship with that person. You then got to understand. You've got to understand your marketplace and their pains and how you find the routes in to the key people. Because the approach a lot of people take, let's say for example you target marketing directors for argument's sake. The typical approach would be buy a list of marketing directors, write a script, phone those people up. I'm not saying it never works, but the methodology we teach, we're not necessarily targeting directly to the marketing directors. We want to find other routes into those people, so we can build business case, we can build referral and leverage, and find out who the other champions are that will help accelerate the process quicker. So it's really important to understand your marketplace. 3 is testing. Now, it's all the stuff we want to understand about your proposition and your marketplace and the routes into your clients. We want to make sure we go through a testing process where you don't just think, oh, put all your eggs in one basket. We want to make sure that we put a strategy in place that tests and measures, and we teach how we do that and how you can implement that. The next stage is research. This is really all about data. Data in any prospecting campaign is absolutely crucial. Garbage in, garbage out. Bad data, bad results. It's simple as that. So there's a whole range of tools we use. We don't just buy lists. List brokers, without disrespecting all of them, but kind of like estate agents, there's some really good ones, there's also some really bad ones. And you know what data's like. Human beings move, and going back to the numbers I spoke about before, people move around. Data's fresh today, it's old tomorrow. You can't just buy a list and expect it to be fresh indefinitely. People sometimes do that. I've got a list, how old is it? It's 18 months old. That's really almost worthless. Some of it will still be good, but a lot of it is going to be dead because people have moved on or changed roles, or their responsibilities may have changed. It's just, it's going to be a pain. You've got to continually be refreshing your data, and building a list continually of prospects. And that's what we teach people, all the best tools and the methods to really build that. Email. All the campaigns that we run start with email. So it's cold calling without cold calls. So there's a whole sequence of emails that are really short, succinct, and to the point, and they're designed to get response. So we teach you how to do that. We give you templates that you can use. You can just fill in the gaps and make sure it's simple for you to use quickly, and start testing and seeing what response you can get and how you can accelerate that process. The next thing we want to do is acquire. Once you've got a response from your email, how do you move that on to the next stage? There's some ways of approaching it to make sure that instead of just having someone raise a hand and you don't approach that in the right way, it's important that you then acquire that as a lead, how you work it and the steps you take to make sure you don't be too forlorn, too salesy, and create a barrier where they disappear just as quickly as they turn up. So that's the next module. Then we've got the call. Once you get those people onto the phone, what do you say? What do you say, and how do you say it, and what's the reason for the call? What's the outcome you can expect? Again, it's like dating. If you date someone, you don't move on to marriage within 5 minutes. There's a step-by-step method to actually build that relationship, building that engagement, qualifying people just as much important as disqualifying. You don't want a bad fit. If people don't fit your business, it'll be a right pain to get over the line. And even if you do get them over the line to sign up to a product or service, that whatever it is you deliver, it's going to be a problem because it's a bad fit. So it's important that we actually make sure we understand, draw out, using the right questions and the right process to really understand what is a perfect fit for your company. Lastly, is the handover. Now, if you're putting this in place, it actually has specific teams or a specific, well, if I can say it, person who is dedicated to prospecting, or it's a salesperson who's dedicated to prospecting. Either way, it's important that we create a handover in the right way. Even if it's the same person doing both, or you've got someone, we're just trashing the room, we're still here. So even if you've got someone who's dedicated to it, you're making sure when we hand over those opportunities that we do it in the right way. So the salesperson can then accelerate that as quickly as possible, so they actually take it and turn it into a client or a proposal, and then we close. So there's some key information we're looking for that drives that behaviour, that we make sure we can tick all the right boxes and hand them over. So if you want more information on the outreach program, go to outreach2.com. There's a link on this broadcast. If you want more information about how we provide a done-for-you service, go to marketingforbusiness.com. There's links on our Facebook page. There's more information there, more videos. Sorry, more of me talking at you, I'm afraid. So, yeah, hopefully it's useful. If this is the other way of doing it, just reach out to us, get in touch, and if you need some help, let's have a conversation. Now, lastly, sharing is caring. If this information is useful to you, please click like, please share, please comment. Get involved. We're really looking to try and build a community here and share some really valuable information to help people grow their business. I'm kind of passionate about helping other entrepreneurs grow their business. Launching the outreach formula has kind of been a dream of mine for some time. I've finally got it done. I've taken action and actually provided this so we can help entrepreneurs all around the world to improve their sales, grow their business, make more money, achieve their goals and achieve success. So it's really important if you can do it. If you can share that, I'd really appreciate it. If you can like it, and if you've got any questions, comment below or reach out to us, and let's talk. So I hope that's been of some use. I hope stimulated some kind of thought in your own mind about where you are in your business, what you can do in your business, or if you want to reach out and get some help to either learn how to do things and model the success that we do with our outreach formula, or you want us to do it for you, let's have a conversation. In the meantime, it's now Friday afternoon. Have a great rest of the day and enjoy your weekend, chill out, and let's get ready for a new week next week. So thanks for listening. My name's Stefan, and take care, and hopefully talk to you soon. See you now.